Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Togo. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and supporting my channel. Those who are returning, thank you so much for coming back, and those who are watching for the first time, thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today I want us to talk about how you can create a high quality life for yourself. So before we start, I'm gonna give you a few seconds to just go on and click that subscribe button. I'm waiting. Click that subscribe button so that you can become part of this community. So let's just jump right into the video. When we talk about high quality life, one can ask themselves, what does it mean to live a high quality life? For me, when I speak quality of life, immediately I'm thinking about well-being. So when I think well-being, there are different aspects to that whole term of well-being. One can be talking about physical and mental well-being. We can be talking about social well-being. We can be talking about financial well-being. We can be talking about many different aspects in our lives. So for me, when I speak of living a high quality life, for me, I mean that I have to look at different aspects of my life and think, how can I improve each aspect of my life in order for me to live a high quality life as a whole. And for many people, whenever they hear the term quality or high quality, they immediately think money or expensive things. That can be true to some extent, but it's not always the case. There's a lot of things that you can do to improve the quality of your life that don't require a lot of money. Let me put it like that. So the first thing is you need to recognize and realize that you absolutely have the power to change your life. You absolutely have the power to change the things that are not working in your life, or to improve the areas in your life that you feel like you need to improve. So the minute we realize that, or the minute we recognize that we do have the power to change the things that we want to change in our lives, that's when now we can start to really look at different aspects of our lives and really think, how can we make it better? How can we improve it? So that's the first thing, is that you absolutely have the power to change the things that you want to change about your life. You do need to realize that things are not just going to happen automatically. You're not one day going to wake up and all of a sudden you are living this different life that you might have been dreaming of for a long time. It will take you to be intentional about the things that you want to improve and put into action a plan in order to get to where you want to be. Secondly, for me, whenever I talk about well-being, I cannot not talk about my physical and emotional well-being. If I feel good and I feel healthy, both physically and emotionally, that on its own, it will put me in a position then to be able to look at other areas of my life and be able to really evaluate and see what is it that is not working for me, what is it that I want to improve. When it comes to physical well-being, some of the things that you can do to really improve that aspect of your life is really to recognize that the physical well-being, for me, it really depends a lot on what you do on a daily basis, the choices that you make on a daily basis. Do you choose to eat the things that are good for your body, or do you choose to just eat anything really that will affect your health negatively, or do you choose to really be conscious about the choices that you make when it comes to the things that you put inside your body? When it comes to emotional health, again, there's a lot that you can do to improve in that aspect. For me, I've found that, or I've recognized that there's a lot of things that we consume. There's social media, there's things that we read, things that we see, things that we watch on TV, and I've come to recognize that those things do affect my emotional well-being. Like, I can't expect to be happy or to be okay emotionally when I'm constantly consuming things that sad things, or things that bring me down, things that make me think negatively. So I've become very conscious in terms of what I consume, in terms of social media, in terms of television, in terms of the things that I do, the people that I interact with. I've also come to recognize that the relationships that I keep, or the relationships that I have, they contribute a lot towards whether I feel good, whether I'm okay emotionally or not. The people that I interact with, the people that I hang around with, that contributes a lot into my emotional well-being. There are some people of which I've made a conscious decision or a conscious choice not to interact with, because I've recognized that some of those people really they are not good for my emotional health. There are people that I found that whenever I interact with, I find myself really feeling some type of way, if I can just put it like that. So I then made a decision to really not interact with those people. That has really helped me a lot in terms of my emotional health. I'm conscious about it now. I'm conscious about who I share my space with, who I allow into my space. So that's one of the things that you can do to really evaluate who you allow into your space. And for those people that are good for you, that are contributing positively in your life, those are the people that you should spend your time with. Those are the people that you should make an effort to really be around and spend a lot of time with. The other thing that you can do in your life is really to make sure that you understand that the choices that you make, they have a huge impact on your quality of life. When I talk about the choices that you make, it's important to understand that every little choice that we make, it has a huge impact on the quality of life, or on whether we live a high quality life or not. Sometimes there are decisions that we take in our lives that we don't really think through and don't really realize how much or how important those decisions are, and how much are they going to affect the rest of our lives or the trajectory of our lives. One area that I can think of is how we choose our partners or our life partners or the people that we want to marry. It is extremely important to recognize that your choice of a life partner can determine whether you're going to live a good life or whether you're going to live a life of struggle. And when I'm talking about a life of struggle, I'm not just talking about financial struggle. There's a lot of things that one can struggle about in a relationship or in a marriage. So it's very important to choose the partner or the person that you want to build your life with or to spend your life with, if that is what you want to do with your life. There's absolutely nothing wrong again if you are not the person that wants to build a life with someone, that you are perfectly okay with building a life for yourself, by yourself, on your own. So I'm not saying that if you choose that you are not going to live a high quality life. That is absolutely not what I'm saying. I am just saying that if you are that person that sees yourself as someone that wants to spend your life with a partner, you need to be clear. You need to understand that the choice of a partner that you make is going to determine a lot about the life that you are going to live. Number 4, I spoke about living an authentic life and doing the things that make you happy and that speaks to who you truly are. I find that it is very important that we find ourselves, we learn about ourselves, we learn what makes us happy, we learn what does not make us happy. Find out who you are, find out what you love, find out what sets your soul on fire, find out the things that excite you, the things that make you feel fulfilled and alive. Because for me, I feel like if I'm not doing the thing that really speaks to who I truly am, then I'm missing out on a lot in my life. I'm not living, basically. So that's what I mean. So it's important to really spend time with yourself, really get to know who you are and what you are all about. That way you can be able to recognize the things that really speak to who you are, and then start doing those things. If you are in a position to change careers, if you feel like what you are currently doing right now does not speak to who you are or what you want to do with the rest of your life or what makes you happy, then start to look into that and see if is it possible that you can change careers. When I'm saying is it possible, it's always possible. Let me just put it like that. But obviously one cannot just decide or wake up today and decide that I'm changing my career or I'm quitting my job because it does not speak to who I am or it does not really fulfill me. But what I'm saying is that you can start looking into that area of your life and see if there are things that you can do slowly to put you in that path or to put you in a position where one day you can be able to then change the career that you are currently in if you feel like it does not fulfill you. It's possible, it can be changed, you can change it if that's what you truly want to do. So you don't have to feel stuck, you don't have to feel like there's no way out for you, because there's always a way out. But obviously you need to put a plan in place so that you can be able to one day then be in a position where you can really then change that career if that's what you want to do. While you are still trying to work out the details on how you can change your career if that's what you want to do, you can in the meantime focus on your hobbies. Focus on doing the things that make you happy outside your job. Focus on spending time with your family if that's what makes you happy. Another thing that you can do for yourself is to make time for self-care and leisure. Make time for self-care as well as leisure. Whatever self-care means for you, make time for that. For me, self-care means a lot of things. It can mean just taking time for myself at the end of the day, just to take a long relaxing bath, lighting some candles, pouring in a glass of wine, reading a book, or just to do something for me, not something to make someone else happy or something for someone else. Just do something for me, something that makes me feel good. Self-care for me can mean going for a walk or going for a jog where I can just be with myself. Self-care can mean going for a massage, or going to do your hair, going to do your nails, just because it makes you happy. I know we live very busy lives, very hectic lives. Some of us, we are parents, some of us, we have husbands and families to take care of. So it's very easy to lose yourself in all of that and never really have time for yourself, because you are always looking after other people and always trying to make sure that they are taken care of which there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with taking care of your family. However, you cannot pour into someone else what you don't have. So it's important to replenish yourself and make sure that you are okay first before you can make other people okay. Meditate if that's what you want to do. Anything that just replenishes you, anything that just fills you up so that you can be in a position to take care of other people in your life that you are supposed to take care of. So self-care can mean different things for different people. So look into that and see what are the things that you consider self-care, and make time for those things and create a space for yourself where you can really be with yourself and do you. Even if it's just a few minutes a day, even if it's just once a week, something, just look at that. And then when it comes to leisure can mean, again, different things for different people. For some it can mean traveling, for some it can mean going out to play golf, for some it can mean going for a movie. It can mean different things for different people. But I think, again, it's very important to create time for leisure where you can just relax and enjoy yourself. Just forget about all the responsibilities that you have just for that short amount of time. It can be a weekend away, or it can be just an afternoon going to watch a movie. You don't have to do this by yourself. You can meet up with a friend and go for drinks or go for lunch. Just forget about all the daily stresses. Just enjoy. Not everything requires a lot of money. Some of the things don't even require any money. For someone, it can be just packing up a picnic basket, going to a nice relaxing park and just spending the day there, having a picnic. You can even do it by yourself, or you can invite a few friends. You can even do it with your family, just to have that space and that time of leisure, and not to think about responsibilities and everything else that is on our shoulders on a daily basis. Another thing that I find that it has made me to feel like my life, the quality of my life has been elevated, is the environment that I spend most of my time in, which is my home. For me, I've always felt like I need my space to feel like a place that I can relax in, that I can be inspired by, that I can feel like, you know, I can take on the world. And for me, that means my space has to be clean. I wanted certain areas in my home to feel like I'm in a hotel. I was consciously trying to make my house, or the space that I live in, feel a certain way, which makes me feel like my life is luxurious. You know what I mean? So look into that and see what can you do with the space that you spend your time in. What I've realized is that if my space is cluttered, or if there's clutter around me, I don't feel inspired to do anything. My mind feels like it's cluttered as well. So I have to declutter my space so that I can feel like I can do the things that I need to do. I need to be inspired. When I get into my bedroom, I need to feel like, oh, I'm in this luxurious hotel. You know, it just makes me feel, it makes me feel good, you know. That way you don't even have to leave your house to feel like you are living a high quality life. And then lastly, we cannot run away from the fact that money can improve one's quality of life. I've always looked at it this way, that how can I maximize what I have in order to make me feel like I'm living a quality life? So that means I need to budget in the things that I need to do in order to make me feel like I'm living a high quality life. I need to budget for the things that are self-care to me. I need to budget for leisure. It doesn't mean that I need to spend my money on all those things and neglect the things, the necessities of life. No, it does not mean that. But what it means is that I took a conscious decision that I am now going to factor these things into my budget. If you don't do that, if you don't intentionally do that, you'll find that more often than not, you never get to do those things, because they will always be at the bottom of the list. You will always do those things if and when you have extra funds, which for me, I've made it a conscious decision to include those things on my budget so that I know that I have budget for those things. Those are some of the tips that I wanted to share with you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope some of those tips are things that you can really implement in your life if you are looking at improving the quality of your life. And I really hope that it's going to be helpful to someone, and it will also yield positive results for yourself. And please don't forget to subscribe and comment if you find that some of these things that I've mentioned can be helpful to you, and also comment if you have also implemented some of these things in your own life, and tell us how they have helped you to improve the quality of your life. Until the next video, thank you once again. I will see you next time. Bye bye.